What is up, guys? 10VivMan here again, bringing you another exciting X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This was a awesome match that I had of my good friend Bestal 5000, and I haven't battled him since early 5th generation, so I'm excited to get. I was pretty excited to battle him. He wanted to challenge me, so he's got a very, very scary team. Lots of big threats, including, goodness gracious, Aegislash, Scizor, Gyarados, those first three, oh my goodness, Noivern's opponent, it's a good specs user. Depending on the set, Zygarde could be a threat. I personally don't consider that thing uber, but I'll get to talking to that later. And of course, Greninja is very versatile and can do whatever possible. So, let's get this battle started. And, yeah, it's probably the longest X and Y battle I've had so far, so be prepared, grab some popcorn and all that fun jazz. I love watching eating popcorn as I'm watching videos. So, anyway, I lead off with my Tyranitar. He leads off of his Greninja, and judging from the fact he's a lead, he could either set up spikes, which I'm not really a keen of, or he could be a choice user as he ends up going for the U-turn, getting the protein boost, making U-turn stab. Still, my Tyranitar, even though, of course, as I've said multiple times, it's not very EV awesome, but you know, it's bulky, so he just goes for the U-turn, get out of there as he brings out the humongous friend in the form of Zygarde. If this thing is Dragon Dance, it could be a very big issue, because I really don't have any easy way to check it. But anyway, I'm going to predict him to predict me to go for, like, a switch-in, like Gengar, so he take an Outrage, so I can bring in my Azumarill. But he ends up going for the Stone Edge, which is a good play, because it hits both Gengar and Azumarill anyway. So, that was a good play, as he now double switches, and he goes into his Aegislash. So, now he could have predicted me to go for Play Rough there. I don't think he thought Stone Edge would have killed. But anyway, Aegislash is a huge humongous threat as I actually bring out my Gengar to, as I actually don't know why I brought in Gengar. Why the hell did I bring in Gengar? I have no idea, but this is a bad matchup for me, because I can die to a Shadow Sneak very easily, and I'm not Mega, so that's kind of the thing. So, pretty much forced to switch out, and I'm going to... I just watched this, I can't remember what I was switched into. I go into my Diggersby, because Diggersby, it can come in on almost any move that Aegislash has, except for Iron Head, and it doesn't like Sacred Sword. So I see him change his form, and I'm like, crap, but he ends up going straight for the Shadow Sneak, not predicting, which is fine, and I take no damage, so that's cool. As now I decide, with my Diggersby, I'm going to just go straight off with the Earthquake, because I didn't want to overpredict, and especially from this Gyarados just taking Stealth Rock damage, I knew it would be pointless to set up a Sword Stance at this point. So, Sandstorm subsides, I really don't want to take a hit from this thing, so I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to go into my Goodra, kind of just to scout his moveset. I know I resist the Waterfall, so I really don't mind if he goes up for a Dragon Dance, because I can probably take any one hit, and then go for a Draco, but I'm stupid, and I forget I gave this thing Thunderbolt, so I actually end up going for Draco here, as he goes for the Ice Fang. +1, I live of 9 HP as I get the gooey off, but unfortunately I do flinch, which kind of sucks, but you know what, whatever, I really didn't care. I went for Draco anyway, and it may not have killed, but I am Specs, so it might have, I don't know. But anyway, what Goodra did do is get this thing really slow, which is awesome, so gooey is an awesome ability, and that's a thing. So, down my Goodra goes as I now bring out my Gengar, giving the interpretation that I have Thunderbolt, which I don't. So, very sneaky play on my part, as this comes to the Stally session, because I'm actually going to end up going for the Substitute, predicting his switch, and so that's pretty awesome, and that really gave me a lot of momentum here. Now I can pretty much go for whatever move I want, but of course all I have is Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, and Focus Blast, so I'm just going to go for the safe Stab Shadow Ball, do as much damage as possible. Now, okay, onto my rant of Zygarde. I just dropped a special defense as he goes for the Stone Edge, and that's a thing. So I need to stop saying that's a thing. It's a habit now. But anyway, Zygarde is a Pokemon that is bulky, but has the same typing as Garchomp, and it has a lot of, setup potential. But it's outclassed by almost any measure possible. I could see a bulky Coil set working, but I don't know. It's just too much of a slow booster, and it doesn't like ice moves. So, you bring out an Ice Pokemon, if you're not boosting your speed, or if you have a Mamoswine, it's easily revenged, so it's a very inferior Dragon. I do not see this thing going uber, unless it gets a new form, and maybe the continual games. But anyway, back to the battle. I mean, I can pretty much tell this thing is choice locked because he keeps going for Stone Edge. He keeps hitting them, which is fine. Good luck for him. I never get luck with Stone Edges, so. But anyway, since I'm tired of doing this substituting shenanigans, I'm just gonna go into my Diggersby to take a hit, and I know I can because I resist the Stone Edge. So it does really nothing. I mean, that's banned, and I can tell he's banned. He's forced to switch out, so that's awesome. Now that his Gyarados is going to take some Stealth Rock damage, I can now freely end up going for the Swords Dance on this play, which is freaking awesome. And of course, I'm adamant, max attack of huge power, and I can start to just wreck some stuff with the man that is Diggersby, even though this is a girl, and yeah, that's cool. So, anyway, I'm going to go for the +1 quick attack and just destroy that Gyarados, which is awesome. And, I actually made a new Diggersby, too, and it has perfect IVs, so I'm very happy about that. This one doesn't have perfect IVs. It has perfect IVs, I think everything except speed, defense, and special defense. But anyway, Mega Scizor comes out in the play, brings out the Scizor, Mega evolves. I was kind of fearing the Bullet Punch, but I'm like, he's not going to go for it, I'm just going to go for the Earthquake, and proceed to OHKO this Scizor, which is awesome. Diggersby, you are a man, even though you're a girl, and I don't care, because it's just seriously the most underrated Pokemon ever, I think. It's so powerful. This thing is just amazing. Now, he brings back out the Zygarde. I know this thing gets extreme speed, so I'm going to switch out because I don't want to die just yet. And I'm going to bring out Gengar, knowing that extreme speed is coming as he does go for the extreme speed. So that's awesome. That was a good play on my part because I actually remembered that Zygarde gets extreme speed. So he's going to switch out, being locked in the extreme speed as he now goes into the Greninja. So then Greninja is the fastest starter to date, which is pretty freaking cool. It's base 122, I want to say, and which outspeeds Sceptile by 2 base points. But one thing it doesn't outspeed is Noivern, just shy of not outspeeding Noivern. So, but now he's gonna go for the Dark Pulse. The Protein gives him just a pure Dark typing. So I could have gone for Focus Blast, but I didn't want to miss. So I just go for the safe Sludge Bomb. It's Stab, and I figured it would kill, but no, it actually lives. So Greninja's frail, but it can take some stab moves decently well. So he ends up living that as I now end up going into my Tyranitar to take the Dark Pulse, because I'm pretty much figuring at this point he's either Specs or he's most likely Scarfed. And, but yeah, and he goes for Dark Pulse on my Tyranitar, which does nothing because I'm bulky, and yeah, I know either he's going to switch, and I'm just going to bring out my Lucario, because my Lucario can take whatever, and it can pretty much, I just have, I have the initiative, so he basically do whatever, and he actually stays in and just goes for the Dark Pulse, doing a decent amount of damage, as he now dies to the Sandstorm. So that was pretty cool, and I took unnecessary damage, but I thought he would switch into something. So, but now out comes the Aegislash. Now, I don't know if this thing has Sacred Sword, so I'm going to switch out to Scout. If my Gengar dies, it dies. But I wanted to scout this thing's moveset. So what I'm going to do, he's going to stance change, and he ends up going straight for the Iron Head, which is actually pretty good news for me. It most likely means he does not have the Sacred Sword. So that means I can bring in my Lucario freely and pretty much do whatever I want. Now, I figured on this turn, after I bring out my Lucario, he would go for the King Shield. But much to my surprise, as I Mega Evolve into the mighty Mega Lucario, definitely one of the most powerful Mega Evolutions out there. Do not underestimate this thing, it will wreck face, as I end up going for the Sword Stage protecting his King Shield. And, he doesn't do that, so I'm a little worried, but he actually ends up going for a Sword Stance of his own. So it's interesting. I mean, if he had Sacred Sword, he probably should have gone for it right there. Now, he must have thought I did not have the Crunch. But I do, and I proceed to wreck his life with a +2 Crunch, and down that humongous Aegislash threat goes. So that was awesome. And now my Mega Lucario is pretty much free to clean up this battle, because it's +2, it's got the adaptability Bullet Punch. This thing is just going to absolutely wreck the rest of his team. Down goes the Noivern after Stealth Rocks. It probably would have died at full anyway. And then this last Pokemon is the Zygarde, which, it's choice, so I could just easily outspeed this thing and go for the stab +2 adaptability close combat and absolutely wreck him. So guys, that will be the game. I hope you guys enjoyed. Pretty fun battle. I think it was a 5-0? No, it was a 4-0. It was a 4-0. But, yeah, I really didn't expect to do that well. So, but these guys, these priority users are such big freaking threats. I love this team. I really do. So, but that's the game. I'm going to hope to try to get some more battles soon. And, I'll go from there. So, then we got some new things and stuff. And I know a free perfect IV Pokemon, so I'm pretty happy about that. Maybe I'll showcase another one in another battle if I can get a battle with it. So, but that's all, guys. Rate, comment, sub, and later, guys.